Alex, and if this is your first time here, it is so nice to meet you. My name is Peggy, and welcome to my studio. And if you could just take a second to hit that red subscribe button, then you'll also be a craftaholic. And when the bell appears, if you click all on the drop-down menu, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a video. And if everybody could just smash down on that like button, it really helps my channel and my videos get noticed by other crafters like you. Okay, today we are starting the first album in our year-long series that I have decided to call A Year in Memories. It is going to consist of 7 albums, and we're also going to make a stand that holds them, a display stand. There's going to be winter, spring, summer, fall, 2 extra albums, kind of like filler albums, and Christmas, because Christmas gets its own album. It just does. Sorry guys, I'm not feeling great today. So originally I wanted to make it 12 albums and a Christmas one, but it's a little too ambitious, and I want to be doing more than just making albums. So I think I like what I've come up with. Anyway, if you want to use the same paper line I'm using, it is the whole Market series by Carta Bella. One of them, Spring Market, is by Echo Park, but the rest are all by Carta Bella. And we're starting with Winter Market, which is a brand new one. And all I'm using with all of them is just the 12 by 12, the kit, and then like the paper collection, and then just a 6 by 6 paper pad. And I also have bought the digital collections. Sorry again, guys. The digital collection, so I can print out more paper and more of the ephemera pieces and whatnot. Because Carta Bella, they only give you 1 sheet of each paper, and it's a little hard sometimes because you just need a little bit more, and it's like, but I don't have it. So that's why I get the digital kits as well, even though the paper is different, but you can make it work depending on how you work them in there. Anyway, let's go through this Winter Market. I know I did a really quick flip through the other day, but let's go through a little bit more in depth maybe, so everybody can see. And if this is your first time seeing it, you'll know exactly what we're dealing with. Sorry guys, I need a drink. I am so sorry. I had been up all night actually with my just not feeling great, my throat being sore. Anywho, our first page is some really nice cut aparts. I love this because instead of everything just being the 3 by 4, there's also something you can either leave them whole or you can cut them down into smaller pieces, and I love that idea. And if you buy this, Carta Bella paper is like really, really thick. So it's good for albums, especially to strengthen pages and whatnot. But there's a really good mix of characters and words. I like that. And the other side is this green with like a white snow pattern, which is really pretty. And I like this. That's another reason I got the digital kit. So I can cut these up here and I can print out my digital paper, because I really do like that. It's really pretty. The next page is these really pretty snowflakes, and there is black, green, and blue in there. And then on the other side, it is a black on black floral print. Let me try to dip it out of the light there so you can see it. On the monitor I can see it. I hope you guys can as well. That's really, really pretty. I like that. They have really a nice subtle background. Then we have snowmen and women. No, I don't know. Snowmen all dressed in different types of outfits. And on the back is a dark blue on light blue snow pattern. Another page of cut aparts, the 4 by 4s. And this, I know I said this in the other one too, but cold hands, warm heart is something my mother always said. If you had cold hands, you have a warm heart. Sadly, my hands were always warm. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, on the other side is another nice floral with some pine cones. Then we have some kids skiing. I don't know if they're, yeah, I guess they look like kids to me. Some kids skiing. And then on the back is this, it's supposed to be little mountains and snow and stuff. Not really my cup of tea, but that's good because we have this side. Another page of cut aparts, which again, they have done different sizes. Right down from the 4x6, there's like a little 1x1, which is really cute, the little thing of hot cocoa. I like it. And on the back side, again, a pattern that I like. I don't know why they do that. They couldn't put that mountain one on the back of this, right? But that's just a really, really pretty snowflake pattern. And again, that's why I get the digital kit so I can print them out and use them. Here's a page of just some trees, different types of trees. And on the back is a white on black snow theme, which is actually kind of neat because they put the dots and they also have snowflakes, which I like the mix of that. That's really cool. This is just a page of cutout tags, or you can use it whole. I can't. I cannot use this as just like a sheet of paper. I need to cut out the tags. It's just something about me. I don't know. That's just me. But we'll probably be cutting out these tags and using them. Then on the back is a bunch. See, another pretty print of hats and scarves and, well, not scarves, but gloves and hats and socks. And then this is that really pretty plaid again. It's black and blue, but if you can see it, the blue is like stitching. I really like that a lot. And on the back is just a lighter blue on blue snowflake. We've got some snowmen and woodland animals. Some of them are ice skating. And we have a stripe on the back, which actually doesn't annoy me. I kind of like this. I like the subtle colors in there with the black. I actually may use this paper. Another blue on blue snowflake. There's this awesome little hot chocolate cups with the little spoons. Another, every one of their packs has like a floral like this. I really like the idea that they do that. And on the back of this one is a really interesting print. I kind of like this too. So, and then of course is the page of stickers, which when you get a digital kit, all of these are also in there, so you can print out as many as you want, and you can change the size and do whatever with them. I just put them into Design Space for my Cricut, and then I just forget what I need, what sizes, and just print and cut, and good to go. Okay, I'm sure that bored everybody. Hopefully not. The whole line is pretty, the whole Market series. And wait till we get in like spring. They're just gorgeous. The 6x6, same thing. And I actually think it has, yep, same on the front and back. It's still thick, but it's not as thick. And it doesn't have the texture that this paper does. But it's just smaller ones. Now, I could tell you these tags I will not be cutting out. I'll probably use the other side. But it just repeats twice. So we have that. Let me put those aside. We're not going to be using those today. Not yet. Today we are going to get the covers done. And you're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard. 2 pieces of 12x12 chipboard. I just had medium weight. And this is the cardstock that I'm going to use to cover my pages in. I get it at Walmart, and it's like, I think it's like around $4 or something. But it's a lighter weight, and it's pretty good to do a covering. All of the books I'm going to cover in a white base and then mat them with paper. So I have this. Okay, that's all we need for today. Let me just grab a couple pieces of this out. Sorry guys, I just sent you on like a roller coaster ride. Okay, I always grab too much, but I'd rather just grab once. Okay. First thing, and sorry I don't have things closer. I am still in the process of cleaning this studio up, and it's just a slow process. Anyway, our album is going to be, the covers are going to be 9.5 by 7 3/4 with a 2-inch spine. And so we need to cut our chipboard. And this is how I cut mine. Everybody does theirs differently. And I really hope that mine might, yes it is. Okay. I had this little, it's a little, whoop, there we go, so you can see it. It's a little Cricut paper cutter. And I use this strictly to begin cutting my chipboard. I could use my big cutter because it would work, but I don't want to dull the blade, and chipboard dulls blades quickly. I mean, obviously. So what I do is, I need 7 3/4. So what I do is I go over it a couple times. Let me do this one as well. It's 7 3/4. I'm also going to take this one, I'm going to turn it around, close this because I'm running out of room. I'm going to score, I just got my sweater in, oh my gosh, I locked my sweater, there we go, in the arm. It is early in the morning, it's probably like 4:30 in the morning, so, oh, this way. I'm going to take this one and I am going to mark my 2 inches from my spine. I'm going to cut that as well. Okay. Then all I do is, where's my, this is my mat that I cut on. This is supposed to be self-healing, but it doesn't self-heal very well. And it's funny because it's the same company, but this one is thicker. So that's why I cut on it. Then I just get out my craft knife. And it's already pretty well scored. And then, let me put some glasses on so I can see a little bit better. It's probably, don't want to take my finger off. And you don't want to press too hard. Just go through a few times until it breaks apart. There we go. And you get a nice clean, if you don't press hard, you get a nice clean cut, which is what you want on your edges. And I know it looks like I'm pressing down hard because my finger that's changing to white, but that also has to do with the problems with my hands, since it's hard for me to hold things. Because it has a lot to do with that. There we go. So this is, don't ever throw away any spare chipboard. I'm going to cut these and then I'm going to go ahead and we'll make them shorter. A little more manageable this way. Plus, then you keep a longer piece of scrap in case you need it for something. Oops, I went right through the hole there. That was funny. And you just have a short piece. Well, that's just the width here. I'm just cutting all over the place today. I'm not doing well with a straight line for some reason today. Okay. Another scrap. I'm gonna bring my, where did I put it? Jeez Louise. I put it behind me. Pull up my cutter again. And now our length, it says it's gonna be 9.5. And the reason that it's not, that it's like 7.5 and it's 7 3/4 is we're going to have a 1/2 inch fin on the inside where a flap is going to attach for our pages. So 7 3/4 then becomes like 7 1/4, which we're gonna have a 1/4 inch border around it. It'll make sense once you see it. I promise. Okay. I just cut it at 8.5. So it is going to be one of those days. But never fear, since it's not cut all the way through. Yeah, I'll be good since it's not cut all the way through. I do that a lot for some reason. I go like backwards when I don't know why. An odd case of dyslexia? I don't know. And our last one. At 9.5. If you hear noises in the background, it's my dog. He's sleeping here in the studio. I tried to sneak down without him, and I got down there for about an hour and a half, and he was barking, and had to run up so my husband didn't wake up. But so we're stuck with Frankie, but that's okay. He's a good little boy. Okay. So how's everybody doing? I have been battling allergies and stuff so bad. So that's gonna be a good size. Good size for our albums. It has been so bad here with allergies. It's crazy. And we've actually, if some of you don't know, I live around the Phoenix area. We've actually had, at nights, a few nights we did down to the 30s. And I know it's like, oh, you know, but, and during the day, we've had some days that were just, like upper 50s so far. But for us, that's cold, so, not freezing, but it's cold. I grew up in Pennsylvania, so believe me, I know cold. Okay, there are covers, and like I said, it's going to be a good substantial size. They're going to be good albums. Yeah, I think that's a good size. I'm still trying to decide. I also have, this is my journal that I'm making for this month. This is what is this size? This is 6x8. I'm wondering. Now, let's do the bigger album. I think we did smaller albums before. Let's do the bigger album. Okay. Now we've got our chipboard. And I do not know where my spacer tool is, sadly. I made a tool using chipboard that 2 thicknesses of this chipboard are 1/8 of an inch. Yes. So I have one end has 2 pieces for 1/8 of an inch, and the other end is stacked up like by 4 pieces for 1/4 of an inch for when I'm spacing things, and I do not know where it is. And we will go, well, actually in the basics class, I think we'll probably make one. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, let's see. we are only going to have we're not going to have much overhang, that is for sure. I'm trying to decide. Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do? It's gonna be longer. Of course, we're gonna have to cut it down, but we are going to attach these pieces, and we're going to. I'm gonna use 1/2 inch tape to do so. Make sure it is my 1/2 inch. It's close enough. Anyway, it will be too long, but like I said, we can cut that down, no problem. So we can cover this. You know, if you're actually at the end of the tape, it comes up a lot easier. So I have a question for you guys, and this is so off topic. If any of you happen to be like nail technicians or like know a nail technician, I have one of my fingernails it's actually this one. It split one day, and it split like way down. And now, I mean, I guess it's like a toenail, because I know a toenail, once it's damaged, it will keep growing back the same way. But it keeps, like, I can grow it out, and it's fine, and then it'll crack again in the same spot. So, if any of you know a nail technician or are one, can you find out, is there anything I can do for that? I know it's a silly question, isn't it? But hey, you know, a girl's got to know. So, I've been trying, like, that's why I was wearing nail tips, to try to cover it. But then my other nails are getting weak, and I'm kind of caught in this vicious cycle. So that's why I have stubby nails right now. I'm trying to let the rest of them get healthy again. But, because I hadn't worn nail tips, God, since I was in like my 20s, which was a while ago. We'll just leave it at that. It was a while ago. Okay, now here's one of my pokey tools. Which is just also by Cricut. Part of their big, like, beginner set of tools. Okay, so I'm just going to peel that off. And then attempt to not get my hair in the shot. And lay this down nice and straight. And flat, unlike the other day. Okay. Now let's just have this one. And I've got to get this table cleaned off so that I have more room to work. Let's see. Sometimes I get, come on. That's not coming up. It's there now. Okay. Sometimes I get jealous of the people I see who, they have like just a desk that they sit down and craft at. I have to stand and craft. I am a stander. And it just kind of, it makes me jealous sometimes. Like, boy, I wish I could sit down too. You know? But, okay. Alright, now we're going to, our pages are going to sit. The only thing I don't like about this is that we're going to have seams on the covers, but I will have to live with it, right? Okay. So they were going to be lined up. They have about 1/8 of an inch in the middle. They're going to look this way. Now we got to cover. But we need to cover these all with tape. So I'm going to pull out my big roll of 1-inch tape and cover the backs. And I may try to speed this up because this is going to take, or cut it out because it's going to take a lot of time. So I am just going to stop talking for now. Cover this up, and I will see you guys when I'm done. Okay. Okay. And we are back. Get these glasses off. Okay, I've got the tape on now. Let me burnish it really good. All right. So if I'm off a little bit, I'm very nervous today, and I will share with you, my friends, why. Tonight I have a sleep study that I have to go to, and I had one done before, and it was in home, so I just had to wear this monitor for like a night or like 3 nights. But this one, I actually have to go to the facility overnight, and I don't sleep well as it is. And now I gotta sleep in a strange bed. At least I can take my own pillow and whatnot, but and like my laptop and things, like something to do. But I'm nervous about it. I did that one already. See, I'm nervous. I don't know. But the reason I have to have it done, we don't know why, but there was a period in about 2 months, I guess. I fell like 7 times. I lost consciousness and fell. And I have hurt myself pretty bad. That's why I'm in a lot of pain with my spine. I really got hurt. And we don't know what's causing it. So we're starting with the whole sleep apnea route and taking it from there and going on. But it's kind of scary because you don't know like where you're going to be when you fall. But thank goodness it hasn't happened in a couple weeks. So thank goodness for that. But it's just not fun. Let me tell you, it is not fun. Okay, so again, all right, we're gonna lay this way. Now I'm gonna put these here so I can see my seams. I'm gonna try to put this, I am going to put this one down first. Try to get it pretty well centered both ways. When I overlap tape, I like to take the bottom one off first. I take that off and then the top one falls down and I can then get it. Just a little tip there. And if you already know how to cover an album, I do apologize. You can just skip forward to better things. But again, I'm trying to not get my hair in there. That looks pretty straight to me. Okay, and then the other ones, they're just going to be 1/8 of an inch space from the center. So again, pretty simple to do. I should start over here. It's like you try to figure out where should I start pulling, so I stick the least amount to the tape. Because I have that problem. You guys know I get stuck to it, whatever. I just put my hand in it and, you know. But, so where you guys live, are you having bad allergy problems there too? I mean, it's been horrendous here. Even my dog has like got really bad allergies, but it's been horrible. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't have normally don't have allergies, and they're having problems. And it just stinks. Plus, right now, I know people joke, but it's a dry heat out in the desert, you know. Right now, we're at 53% humidity. It was the other day, and that's a lot for when you're like don't have any. Well, not any, but when it's lower, that's pretty high. So this one, I'm just going to kind of put it down on an angle so it doesn't actually stick yet. since I don't have my little tool. And I'm going to try and line best I can. Okay, let's do the other one. But I actually found where I can print out the user manual for the program that I use to edit and publish my videos. So I'm going to do that so I can learn how to speed things up and whatnot. Try to give you guys a better experience. Although some of you have said that you like it this way because you like to see, like, if, you know, in real time how things work, and if I have a boo-boo, like how I recover from it and things like that. So I'm kind of torn, but we'll see. I think when it's something like this, like putting tape on a large project, since it's just boring, those things I think I'll try to speed through unless something happens and I will stop. But I'm going to turn this the other way. Okay. I do know that you can buy paper that is big enough. I know you might copy paper that's big enough to cover something like this. I also know that there is someone who makes a lot of albums, and they actually sell cardstock large enough to cover albums like this. But and this is a personal thing. I won't buy it because I don't like her ethics or lack thereof, and as far as I'm concerned. But that's me, and that has nothing to do with this. But so that's why I still piece these together, because I just, you know, it's a moral thing for me, and that's all I got to say about that. Okay, for this, since my tape is like the same width, I'm just going to put one strip down around it. Then I'll cut off the edges. Usually I put like a strip at the end and one on the chipboard, but not enough room, and it'll work this way. So there we go. Sorry if I'm off out of frame. I was just picking the tape end off. And I'm proud of myself. I remembered to tape before I cut, because it works out a lot better this way. And there's no need to go all the way, like, I'm just going to go from corner to corner, because it's going to get cut off anyway, part of it. So there's no reason to go like all the way to the edge of the cardstock or anything. But let's see what else has been going on. Not much. It's just still trying to clean up from the holidays, and like I had said, we're in my New Year's video, we are going to be moving later this year. So trying to organize that and get ready to pack for that, and we're weeding out stuff we don't want to take, and it's a process, I'll tell you. That's why we had not planned on doing this now at our age, but, you know, plans change. So, and it's all good. There it is, my bone folder. Just so I can burnish all that in. Again, burnish it, making sure that the glue starts to get down into the paper fibers. Okay. And I'm just going to cut off at the end of the tape like it is on the ends, the big ends. I mean, I could pull out the paper trimmer, but the ends, they're going to be covered up by the inside lining. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if they're perfectly straight, which they are not. It's all fine. Okay. Alrighty. And now, like I did the other day, if you guys watched that video, I'm just going to once again go around just the outside. Not too hard, but just to start the paper knowing it's got to bend. And I know the rule is when you're scoring something, where you score, that's when you fold it over. But in a case like this, it's different. It's you're just trying to get a score in there. It doesn't matter that you're gonna technically be folding it the wrong way. It doesn't matter. Okay, and now let's start to. This is gonna be very close, I will say. Start to get that bent up, and you can also take it and you can do it like this way, like fold it up and over. But it's for me with the larger pieces, it's a little more difficult to do. So there's that one. And I didn't lay it down even, but you know what? Again, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. And then the short ends. And I still want to find that tool on Etsy. I keep forgetting to look. That it's called the right angle. The one where you use it to cut the corner of paper off. I'm really intrigued by that. Oh, itchy eye. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and trim my corners. And I'm just going to cut them straight across since it's like so short. Leaving about 1/8 of an inch or so. To be able to cover the corners of the chipboard. Okay. Let me get these scraps out of the way. And like usual, I'm going to start with the long side. But there it is. Pulling that over first and ending with the short sides. Okay. And it's best to start in the middle and work your way out. There we go. And then burnish that down. Okay, for me it's easier to turn it around and so I can pull it towards me. I got it very close to the edge. I could have moved out a little bit more. That's okay. It's all good. Again, starting in the middle and just moving your way out there. There we go. And then we have to do our little corner trick. You can also, sorry again guys, you can also use your bone folder and just come in like that. Like, so you put it kind of under there and then just kind of, well, if it works and not slide, just kind of fold it over and it's the same thing that you're doing with your nail if you use your nail, which I find easier. The backing on this tape, it does not like to cooperate very well. I think I'm going to start in the middle. Just work out. Burnish that down. Do the same over here. Just get in our corners. Okay. other side. Okay, now I need to get paper ready to cover the inside. Ooh, awesome, it'll work. I wasn't sure if it was going to be wide enough to work this way, but great. Actually, no, I'm gonna do it. Well, I'm gonna do it this way. Because I like to leave just like 1/8 of an inch around. So I need to, you can measure or you can just mark and cut. Then 1/8 inch. That's good. Let me get my paper trimmer out. And it's going to end up being, let me see, about 9 and 3/8, I think is what I figured out. Just, I'm going to put both pieces together, don't cut them at the same time so they're the same height. And I'm just going to line it up. Go. So now I've got about 1/8 of an inch around the whole way. And the only thing left uncovered is the spine, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do in there yet. All right. And once again, you can either use glue here or you can use tape. And I think I'm actually just going to use some Fabri-Tac to do this part. I should have refilled this bottle. It doesn't matter what bottle it's in. When you get near like less than 1/2 a bottle, it just acts really, really weird and kind of gets thick. So I'm going to go all the way to the edges. The best I can with shaky hands. At least it doesn't look like, there, like a zigzag stitch or something on the sewing machine. That would be funny. Funny for you guys, not for me. And then just fill in here. Okay. Center that the best you can. Here we go. And for this, I'm actually, sorry about the stretch there, guys. I'm actually going to use my brayer. My ring's just, that's funny, my ring's made a mark in the paper. That's weird. Just to make sure I get this down really, really well. And then I have the next side. I should have just kept this on its side instead of... Okay. We're getting there. It's just moving slow. Like I said, it gets so thick when it gets near the end of it in a container. And it doesn't matter if it's the actual bottle or like this one. It's weird. Okay. Come on. Just work with me here. I may edit some of that out because that took a long time to get my darn glue. Anyway. Again, just going around the edges the best I can. They don't have to be perfect. Which, again, that is something, it took me a long time to come to terms with that. Because I try to make things perfect. That's why it takes me so long to do things usually. And I had to get it in my head that these are handmade crafts. They're not going to be perfect like if they were coming out of a machine. And that's what gives them character. And it just, like I said, oops, sorry guys, I'm shaking, I didn't mean to. And it's okay that they're not perfect because they're me. So, okay, once again, we're just going to line this up the best we can. Okay. Again, I'm just going to use my brayer just to make sure I get a really good adhering from this. Adherence, would that be the proper term? You've got little pieces like that. That's where your adhesive eraser comes into play. Just gets rid of it like right away. Also shakes your camera, makes everybody get nauseous. Okay, now I really want to bend this up, but when you use glue, you have to make sure that it's dry before you go ahead and bend in your seams. And I have a really hard time with this part because I just want to do it now. But the best I can do is to kind of find where it is and just sort of start to score down in there and make it easier. So, I think, sorry, it just bubbled up a little bit when I tried to do that. So I think for today, I think we're going to leave it at this so I can let this dry. And then yours can dry as well. And we will pick up on this in 2 weeks in our next episode of this. So, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give it a good thumbs up. And I hope to see you guys in the next one so we can finish this up. Have a good one. Bye, guys.